Why, hello, I'm just here listening to my lo-fi hip-hop beats, which I recommend you do if you're trying to study or, I don't know, look up 8 sources for a while. So, let's get into our video walkthrough. Today is Monday, March 23rd. You already did this, you already did this. So now, I want to walk you through how you can find sources and the process of, what is a source? How do you do it? So, opening up this takes you to this, and wow, first thing right off the bat, aggressive stop sign, banana, things must be serious. So I'm going to read it and immediately do what it says. So it says, write meow, go to file, make a copy, title this document, your last name, Annabib. Can do, here's how. File, make a copy, take this, change it to your last name, and then Annabib. If you can't read what it says underneath, move the box. That's a pro tip. Okay, now you've made your copy, and the final thing that it says is to share it with me. So, I'm going to just share it with myself, I guess. eSangry. Yeah, there we go. It's my email. Okay, great. Give me editing rights. You can trust me. Okay, and then after you've done all that, the final thing, you can delete this entire first part because you don't need it. So, it's done. It's gone. So now, let's get into finding a source, and I will give you an example of something you could look up as an example of the American dream. Ice cream cones. The story that I heard about ice cream cones is that they're an American invention from the World's Fair in 1904, where some guy was next to some other guy, and then he ran out of cups, and then he needed a way to give his ice cream to people, and then this other guy had waffles, and then ta-da, ice cream cone. American story. And then it took off, and it became an iconic American thing. Cool. So I go to the Wikipedia, I go to the bottom, and I see what sort of references it has. So, there's a lot. Some of them are more useful than others, like this one in French. Probably not useful to me, but oh, look, a link I already clicked on, so it's probably useful. History of ice cream cone. That takes me to this website, What's Cooking America. Not a scholarly source, but still a source that I can use, as long as I acknowledge the bias that I don't really know what this is, where this is from. Let's take a look at it. Whoa, this is cool. Does it have quotes of actual historical sources talking about the ice cream cone? Oh my god. So you can use these sources as other sources. That is so cool. And what a coincidence that it has that. But is it a reputable enough article that it has, oh my god, it has its works cited. So if you want to find further things, use this works cited as a jumping off point, typing in these things and seeing what it comes up with to find further sources about ice cream cones. So I'm definitely going to count this. I will go back into my document, tell the name, grab the link. You can literally just go over and steal the link. Okay, you know how to do that. Do the citation. You can run it through any citation thing you want to make that happen. Say what it is. This one's kind of weird. I guess I would say casual history. A brief summary. The reflection is the biggest part and what you care about the most. So, like our friend Evan did, it's also a great spot to put quotes that you think you're going to use that will be important. But also, it's a big chance for you to say, oh, I'm going to use this source because it gives me some background. And then the other key thing, bias. What's Cooking America.net? I don't know. This could be written by squirrels, for all I know. So, you have to say it's not scholarly, but it is useful. That's one way to find a source. Here's another. Oh yeah, and by the way, don't even bother with the EO library page because you can't access it if you're not at the school. So, skipping the EO page, you can go to Google Scholar, and you can type in ice cream history. Google Scholar is hit or miss, but sometimes it will have a link to an actual academic article. So this is an article about ice cream headache. Okay, maybe not that useful, but let's pretend it is. This is a scholarly article from an actual place, and you can probably find at least one sentence that is of use to you. And if you can't, you can find other citations at the bottom of the article that can lead you places. So, Google Scholar, useful tool. The final tool I recommend to you, is to go to the New York Times. This is a reputable newspaper. I'm gonna skip all the panicky headlines about Corona and go to the search bar and type in ice cream cone. If it lets me. Alright, here we are. All of the articles that they've ever written about ice cream cones. So chances are you can find some articles that are useful. You want to avoid opinion articles because those are more biased than usual, but you can use New York Times is definitely a useful source. And again, it will probably reference other sources and you can go and find those too. So those are my 3 recommendations. In theory, you have 2 sources. So this is you finding 6 sources, and use Wikipedia, Google Scholar, and the New York Times to help you do that. And for each one, do this, and then continue until your document is done. Presumably, that'll take 3 pages? I don't know, just do 8. And the way that I'm grading this counts as a classwork grade for 10 points. I will be doing the grading on Tuesday morning, and this is due for you by the end of today, Monday the 23rd. So technically it's due at 11:59 p.m., but I recommend, not doing that. And I wish you Godspeed, and I will now conclude. So farewell.